And with landfills producing the third largest source of methane in the U.S., it's all...
This here is my plastic into fuel reactor. Very, very naked plastic into fuel reactor. Matter of fact, it's about as naked as the juice. Well, there's a lot of things underway, a lot of things I'm going to be doing to upgrade this. Let's try it again. This here is my plastic into fuel reactor. And these are my two enormous balls of valves. And my balls are going in your face. You have endured the wrath of my ball valves within your face, smushed upon your face to see this. The next contraption of mine. This, my friends, is my world domination doom ray. Continuous feed system for my plastic to fuel reactor. Now come with me so I can break down how this is going to work. So up to this point, I have built 5 plastic to fuel prototypes over the past 5 years, and every single one has been batch fed. What that means is I can only operate the machine with how much of a big load of plastic I can jam in her mouth at once. And she can take a big load in her mouth, all things considered, but that's not good enough for me. I'd rather be able to continuously put loads of plastic in her mouth, time after time, until she can't even handle that anymore. Now, just to paint a picture for you as to how inefficient it is to operate a machine like this batch fed, let's say your name is Tony. You're on 5th Ave, you're working for Mangione's Pizza Shop, okay? You got a pizza oven that can only take in 1 pizza at a time, but you got 5 pizzas to bake. Now, imagine this, right? Imagine that every time you want to put in another pizza pie, you turn the oven off. Let it cool down, and then let it reheat just to put the other pie in, instead of just taking the one out, get it out, and then put the next one in. Your boss will come down and be like, "Hey, Tony, what the hell is your problem, you dingus?" Mr. Mangione himself would come down and tell you you're being a dingus, you're wasting time, you're wasting money, right? Look, if you ladies would ask Luigi how he bakes his pizzas, instead of asking him how you could get your Fino and rub it on his pepperoni, then maybe we get somewhere on this earth. Ask the important questions. Get to the nitty-gritty. But you're too busy asking him what the size of his pepperoni. So I've been doing that. He's mad at me because I've been making my plastic to fuel pizzas that way in here as a batch for the past 5 years. That will never be efficient. It just cannot be efficient that way. You have to load in plastic continuously. She has been designed. I have built her. I have built her to handle all types of freak-ons and all types of freak-offs. And she can handle
This mountain of garbage here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, might actually be a gold mine.
Did you ever think that garbage could be this valuable?
No, I did not.
That's because here, in this landfill owned by Republic Services, they're turning trash into natural gas.
How much energy does a place like this produce?
Yeah, so a place like this, it can make the equivalent of about 790 barrels of oil per day.
Per day.
Per day.
Right now, I'm standing on top of 30 million tons of trash. And as we speak, millions of microbes are beneath me feeding on it, creating gas. That gas then gets filtered through equipment like this, removing the things that we don't need and keeping the methane, which is used for energy.
It's a clean fuel source that people can use for transportation or to power their homes.
So the gas that comes out of here, I could actually boil a pot of water on my stove at home.
Absolutely.
What about critics who say, how could you possibly be good for the environment with this much equipment and what it takes to run something like this?
Yeah, no, I understand it. Basically, if you look at BP's track record, in 2019, we were spending 3% of our capital on clean energy. In 2023, we were spending 23% of our investment on these kind of businesses. So the transition will take time, but that is the direction we're headed in.
Archaea's parent company, BP, acquired it for more than $4 billion in 2022 and now owns dozens of sites like these. And they're not alone. Across the country, there are now more than 80 similar projects operational right now, with another 450 landfills flagged as potential sites.
But the fact of the matter is we have a lot of landfills in the country right now where waste is in place. And we ought to be harvesting the methane that is being used there and using it for energy.
And with landfills producing the third largest source of methane in the U.S., it's also a potential climate solution. One the outgoing Biden administration encouraged, with more than $270 billion in federal tax incentives for greener energy already available.
Is this profitable?
It is profitable, absolutely.
A new direction.